welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know I haven't really done any filming or any sort of YouTube stuff in a while. I've been super busy with work and sewing, and I got a new tattoo, so I'm just sort of really busy with things like that, and also with stuff in the pipeline that unfortunately I can't quite tell you guys just yet, but I will be wanting to soon. So in today's video I've decided to chat to you guys about my new sewing machine that I've been dying to talk to you guys about. I went to Sew and Be Live, and before Sew and Be Live I decided that I wanted to have a industrial sewing machine. So I said to Mum, I was like, if there's one there, can I have a look at it? And she was like, yeah, sure. So we were wandering around and we come across the Eastman Staples stand, and I go over there and I speak to Andrew and I said, oh, have you got any industrial sewing machines? And he said yes. So he walked me around and there's Anthony and James playing on the industrial sewing machine, and James sort of shows me one of them and Anthony shows me the other one, and as soon as I saw them both, not the boys, the sewing machines, I was super obsessed. They were both really easy to work with. With one of them I decided that I was going to break the needle the first chance I had, so the first thing I did was break the needle. I didn't mean to, I just accidentally did. But yeah, I had a little play, and because of Sew and Be Live, because I was so busy, I had to keep like going back and two. I'd literally be there for 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, and then I'd have to go again, so I didn't really have chance to properly like speak to them about them and find out exactly what they do and just things like that. But on the last day I said to Mum, I was like, right, after my workshop I'm running to the stand and I am figuring out which one I want. So I ran to the stand and Anthony shows me the one that actually I've got here. So one that I've got does your back stitch for you at the beginning and the end of your garment. It cuts your threads. It is super easy to work with. I was in love the moment I saw it. And yeah, I just wanted this video to basically be about me showing you what it does, why I decided to buy it, basically just to show you my machine and see why I'm in love with it and why I think it's, apart from obviously my Genomes, why I feel like it's the best machine I've ever bought. So if you guys stay tuned, I am going to show you guys how to use it. The first thing that I'm wanting to chat to you guys about is really the difference between an industrial and a domestic sewing machine, not overlocker. So the difference between a industrial and a domestic is it's not a lot, but there's obviously a few different things. So the main thing that a domestic and an industrial machine have in common is that they both have a motor to generate the needle that makes it obviously go up and down. So one of the differences between a domestic and an industrial is that a domestic is made so it can only do a couple of hours of sewing at a time, because that's what it was made for, was for it to only be used for a few hours at a time, whereas an industrial machine you can use it for hours upon hours. Another difference is that with a domestic it is mainly used for lighter fabrics, which is why sometimes it struggles with heavier fabrics, whereas an industrial machine is made to work with a lot heavier fabrics and a lot tougher fabrics. So like the domestic is mainly used, they say, for like housewife materials, sort of like your cottons, your silks, things like that, whereas an industrial is made for a lot heavier stuff. I obviously use it for cotton and things like that anyway, and I personally find that it still works fine. It still works as well with cottons as it does with a really heavy denim, with a pleather, with leather, with whatever it wants. It just works amazingly. So those are the main things that are different between an industrial and a domestic. They're made to do the same thing, but they're just made to do different things, if that makes sense. So they're made to do the same thing, so obviously make your garment or make whatever, but they both do them differently. So I hope that sort of clarifies what an industrial sewing machine is and the difference between a domestic and an industrial. I've only sort of just learned that recently myself after buying one. The reason I wanted to buy one just because I work with one at work, and I just found that it was so much easier than having a domestic. So yeah, that's my reason why I bought one, and now I know, and you guys know, the difference between a domestic and an industrial. Next thing I'm wanting to talk to you guys about is basically how you get going with the machine, really. Whilst I am chatting to you guys about each part of the sewing machine, there will be a little box. Hopefully it'll be up in this corner or this corner. I can never remember which corner it will be in, but it'll be in one of these corners, and that'll just show you the little clip of what I'm on about, or it'll basically cover the whole screen and you'll just have me in the background. So that's how I'm going to sort of show you guys what I'm talking about whilst I'm talking about it. So you basically thread it up, and there's different ways that you can lift the foot up. So there's the little sidebar. So this sidebar, you just basically push it to the side and it lifts your foot up. Now, I got one of these when I bought my domestic, and I wasn't really sure why it had come with one, and at first I didn't really want to use it because I just didn't see the point. Whereas with my industrial, I am in love with it. It's so much easier. I just put my foot ready on the pedal, I push my knee to the side. That part that I'm on about, that I don't actually know the name for yet. I'm still trying to get to terms with everything, but I mainly use that now to basically lift my foot up. Another way that I can lift my foot up is I can actually put my foot downwards on the pedal. So my pedal is like a big square, and basically if I put my foot on the pedal and push my heel down, that'll lift my foot up. And then obviously if I push my pedal forward, it's obviously going to make the machine go forward. So when I push my pedal down, it basically lifts my foot, but also if I push it down harder, it will do my back stitch for me and tell the machine that it's ready to cut my threads as well. So that's how I would sort of get ready and start sewing. The next thing I am wanting to talk to you guys about is the control panel-y thing. Not sure how to call it or what to call it. Like I said, I'm still trying to get to terms with my machine myself, where all your backstitch button would be, and where all of your you could type in what number stitch you want or things like that on a domestic. On a industrial, it's a lot different. So this dial is actually your stitch length. So if you twist it obviously to a higher number, your stitch length is going to be higher, and if you twist it lower, then obviously your stitch length is going to be shorter. So that's the stitch length dial, and then underneath that there is another bar, which is actually another back stitch bar. So if you didn't want to have it so that the pedal does the back stitch for you, you can just press that bar yourself. I don't really use it, to be honest, because obviously the machine does the back stitch for me, so that's what I mainly use. And then the bit above the stitch dial is actually the key bit to the machine in a way. So this is whether you want it to cut your threads, whether you want it to do back stitches for you. It does the bobbin, and also you can change how many back stitches it does for you. So at the moment mine is currently set on 3, and I'm going to keep it on 3 just because then I know that my back stitch is, you know, it's fully secure. And then there's a P and an S. So if I hold down P and then press S, I can change my speed control, which I really like, to be honest, because sometimes people think with an industrial machine they're not going to be able to change the speed, and then it's just going to be really, really fast. But actually, oh my god, my dog. Are you going to be quiet now? Thank you. So a lot of people don't think that oh my gosh, Jessie, be quiet! So a lot of people think that with an industrial machine you can't actually change the speed. You can, which is what I really liked about this one as well. And then this part up here is actually the bobbin part. So you can wind your bobbin whilst you're sewing. So you basically just stick the bobbin on there, and then as you put your foot on the pedal and you sew, it will wind a bobbin for you. So that's the end of this video for today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I decided to do this video because I wanted you guys to know like the key features of an industrial sewing machine, the difference between an industrial and a domestic, and also really why I decided to buy an industrial. And I wanted to show you guys sort of like the key points to why an industrial can be a little bit better than a domestic. I also wanted to show you the key things that I was looking at when I decided to buy my industrial, like speed control, cutting threads, backstitch. It's the little things that can add up and make it more appealing to you in a way. I hope that makes sense. But that's exactly why I wanted to do this video and why I wanted to show you guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know I have filming it. It's been a lot of fun. It's taken a lot of tries to be able to film this video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. There will be another one up based on my overlocker as well. It's from the same company. I just want to say before the end, I just want to say a massive thank you to Eastman Staples. Obviously I bought my machine off of them and their customer care has been absolutely amazing. I ordered my sewing machine, it was here within a week. I ordered my overlocker and it was here within a day. So I can't thank Eastman Staples enough. So thank you guys very, very much and I appreciate it loads. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye!